That's a nice one. Hi.
Hey, Soren, I just saw someone take a sweater from the gift shop. Those are free, right?
No!
Oops, you might want to look into that then.
Stop! Thief!
Better hurry. He'll be back soon. This looks familiar. That's right. I saw the other glove near the caves. Soren's desk note mentioned volcanic winter. Do these elements link up to that somehow? Yes, it worked. That's done. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off. Still have to do that. Haven't done that. What happened here? It looks like there's been a struggle. That's Dagny's phone. But where's Dagny? These footprints, they're huge. Only one guy in town has feet this size. Easy enough. Let's see. So Magnus knew he was being followed. I need to get a closer look at that bed frame. Pictures of a blank wall. Either Dagny's losing it or this is a clue.
Can I help?
Did you lock Magnus's cabin?
Yes. No one should be going in there until the authorities search everything.
Why not call the police?
Believe me, I want to, but I live life one step away from an angry mob on my doorstep. Why do you think I stay in the culture center?
So, you're afraid to contact the police and no one else will?
It's less that I'm terrified and more that... Actually, yes, I'm terrified. In these parts, vigilante efforts are very much the norm. Even if the police were to come in, no one would talk. I hate to admit it, but it's up to the two of us to crack this case.
Is it true that the town's in financial trouble?
In the spirit of full disclosure, yes. We've always had a bit of trouble attracting tourism out here. No spas, no ski resorts. We're a little, barren. Elizabeth, bless her heart, did everything she could to turn a profit off the festival. But it's just not in her nature.
So, that's why you restored the Heerlijkheid?
This year, our tickets sold 10 times as well. I gave away the ship rights, yes, but I put us back in the black. Of course, did the anti-Soren mob lower their pitchforks even a centimeter? No, of course not.
Why was your glove found up near the volcanic caves?
My glove?
I'm certain it was yours.
Aha! My glove! I lost it. Aha! When I was trying to carry a bit of wood down from the hills, I was rather focused. I can get a bit addle-brained. I found the most interesting carving, you see, in part of an old tree near the caves. It may even be from the 14th century, or even earlier.
Where's the carving you brought back?
Oh, it needs to be treated before it can be exposed to the air again. If you'd like, I can show you later on.
Bye-bye.
Well, on with it.
Hey, Soren, can I use some of this gift wrap?
Yes.
Great. Now to pick a gift.
Nancy, hi.
Mind explaining what all that was about earlier?
I'm so sorry. I just panicked and I don't know what came over me.
You panicked? Over what?
Look, Nancy, the thing I got you for our anniversary, it's not a thing. It's kind of a sort of an intangible concept, really. When a guy like me begins ruminating, let me tell you, it can get pretty crazy up in the old noggin. Looking back on all the times we spent together, all those times you almost got seriously hurt, like that one time you almost burned to death, or that time when you almost got killed by that giant falling blade, or on that raft in New Zealand, or that one thing with that mansion on fire. Jeez, what happened then? I forget. Or, well...
I get the idea.
Yeah, you get the idea.
I get lucky a lot, and I kind of fall into things.
But it's so much more than that. You have that help people gene. There's this fire within you. I firmly believe that you're going to save the world someday. At times, I worry like crazy. Even if I'm out with my friends or at a game or in the middle of a class, I've got one hand on my phone, terrified I might get that call one day. A call that this time, you didn't get lucky. And that used to terrify me. But now, I'm not afraid. What I'm trying to say is, I can't imagine life or the world without you. And even though I might get that call someday, I'm not going to let fear hold me back. I love you, Nancy. I love you so much.
Wow. I love you too, Ned. I might not always be the greatest at showing it, but my cases are full of people I can't trust. People I need to expect the worst from. But with you, I always know you're there for me, no matter what. And I really think...
Did you say it yet? Dude, go away. We're having couple time. Anyways, Nancy, I wanted to say this in person. I still do, so come home quickly, okay?
You got it. I think I'm close to the end of the case now.
Bye, Nancy. I love you.
Love you too. Bye now. Dagny mentioned a weird sock thing. This definitely fits the bill.
Speak up now.
Elizabeth said you threatened Magnus pretty directly.
I did. It was, how do you call it? Friendship.
That's friendship to you?
I threaten everyone.
It still seems a little strange.
Spoken by a woman with no friends.
Hey, I have friends.
Young American girl, alone in a foreign country, no parents, no travel companions. Sure, Fisker. Sure you do.
Okay, Gunnar. Do you know where Dangy is?
The mink? Missing?
I found a footprint near Dagny's heater. It looked an awful lot like one of yours.
What? No! I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take the mink? Where would I go? My only home is here in the pub.
Why did you hit Soren?
Hit Soren?
He said you threw a bottle at him.
I did no wailing, tailing thing of the sort. He's a liar is what he is, and he's trying to make old Gunnar look bad.
He said it's not the first time this has happened between you two.
We have fought before, but this time, he is a liar.
I saw you taking a dinghy out.
Fishing trip.
You told me you gave up being on the water for good.
It wasn't me. It was my brother, the other Gunnar. He,
Gunnar.
Oh, curse the shark bite! I was looking for the treasure, but so far, only empty hands.
I think there's more to this story.
Don't threaten me now, girl. Now go!
Hey, Nancy.
I heard your messages on Magnus's machine. You mentioned ruining him.
I'm not proud of the way I reacted. You should know that.
I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it's part of the investigation.
Understood. Just know that I have moved past that now. A large part of me still cares about him. But I am healing and rebuilding. Stronger than before, I think.
I heard about the town's debt issues.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I found some information in the culture center.
So, you want to gloat? To chastise me? Yes, it's true. Yes, that's my fault. I won't sit here and defend myself. What I did was wrong. But I told Soren I was going to fix it. And I will.
So, what's behind the mystery door?
Just an old broom closet?
Can I see?
No.
Not even a hint?
Go away.
Magnus's notebook mentioned this. The 4 chart numbers must add up to 86. If this is the original captain's bed, then I should take a closer look. They're Venn diagrams. I need to place the numbers inside the circle so that they add up to the totals within the overlapping sections. Score 1 for Nancy. That's the doggy kennel in Magnus's note. The bilge is open? But why? Ah! What's going on? Okay, stay calm, stay calm. I need to recreate the numbers written in the corner on the center dial. The water's stopped, but the gate's still shut. Help!
Nancy! Are you all right?
That was an awfully close call. Someone's trying to get me out of the picture.
That's an understatement. I heard a motor off the deck, but I wanted to make sure you were safe first. Looks like that was the right decision.
Yep, you saved me. See? I knew we were going to be buddies.
Here. Whoever attacked you dropped this in the hold. Maybe it will be of help to you.
Definitely, thanks. I'm bad at the not getting locked in things aspect of a case, but I'm really good at finding spots for mysterious objects.
Everyone has their gifts.
I'll let you go.
Bless.
The photos on Dagny's phone reference this wall. I'm sure of it. Sounds like Elizabeth?
Oh, hello.
What was that song you were singing?
Are you spying on me? I'm not here to entertain you.
With those words, it sounded like a love song.
Just an old family song. A sailing song. My mother taught it to me. She passed when I was young. She sang often.
I'm sorry to hear that. For what it's worth, that's something we both have in common.
Then you understand. It's how I remember her.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
These must be the sounding charts from Magnus's notebook. I need to find those numbers and the locator compass he mentioned.
Hi.
Can I hear another ship fact?
How about this? Before 1865, captains sometimes had difficulty finding people interested in joining their crew. So they just started kidnapping them. They'd pay a big guy to go around a popular harbor, knock young men unconscious, and not wake them up until they were far out to sea. This was called press ganging. One particularly evil press ganger even threw himself a fake birthday party specifically to attract kidnapping victims. Of course, justice was served when he himself was press ganged a few years later.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
There are still a few missing.
Get out of my pub!
Elizabeth!
Enough already. Just leave me be. I never asked for you to intervene. Just stay where I can't see you.
Can't check that off. Haven't done that. Still have to do that. Looks like I'm still missing some pieces.